Okay, thank you.
And I will start
Excellent.
sharing my screen again. Right, so going back, so Centennial College is Ontario's first publicly funded college, established in 1966. So we were the first college to start off with a number of engineering programs, journalism, some other business programs. Today, we are we host the largest international students, and we are offering about more than 200 full-time programs in Centennial College. So as you can see in this slide here, we have an enrollment of about 13,566 international students from more than 150 different countries. So this is a map showing where our students are coming from. And in Canada, in Toronto, we currently have 5 campuses and 1 learning site. So these are all Centennial College campuses. On the upper left corner, you're seeing the Ashton B campus. So this is home to our School of Transportation. So you'd see programs like automotive programs, motive power technician, truck and coach, all automotive related programs, as well as we also host the early childhood education program here in the Ashton B campus. On the lower left corner, you're seeing the Story Arts campus. Story Arts campus is located in the heart of Toronto. So it's located in downtown, and it's home to our programs such as all communications and art related programs. So you'll see 3D animation, digital visual effects program, photography, film, all media related programs you'd be finding it in the Story Arts Center. In the middle, you're seeing the Progress campus. So this is located in Scarborough, Toronto. It's this Progress campus is the main campus of Centennial. This is where Centennial first started. In Progress campus, we're currently hosting a number of business programs, engineering programs, hospitality programs, and so this is where our residence is also located at, as well as our international education. On the upper right corner, you're seeing the Morningside campus. So Morningside campus is home to our community health studies, as well as some engineering programs as well, such as the architectural technology program is being offered in the Morningside campus. On the lower right corner, you're seeing our only learning site. It's called the Eglinton Learning Site. It's also located in downtown. And it's not an entire campus, but we are currently having programs such as the English programs and some of the postgraduate programs in the Eglinton Learning Site. Okay. And lastly, you're seeing in this slide the Downsview campus, which has recently opened. And this is home to our long-running aviation technician programs, as well as new programs in aerospace manufacturing delivered by our School of Engineering. So Canada ranks 5th in the world as a global aerospace supplier. So this 72 million campus is the first step towards creating an aerospace training and research hub for the development of new technologies in Ontario. So I'm proud to say that Centennial College is also one of the very few colleges in Canada, across entire Canada, who offers aerospace and aviation related programs. So Bombardier Aerospace, as a key industry partner at Downsview, Bombardier donated this Canadian-made, as you can see, the CRJ 200 jet after more than a decade of close collaboration in support of aerospace education, skill training, and research and development. So Centennial College is dedicated its new campus at Downsview Park to Bombardier Aerospace in January 2019. So we actually have our own aircrafts in this campus. The model is pretty much like an airport. So we have all our students learn in this campus at the actual hands-on activities. Right, and I did introduce you the campuses just previously, and now I'm gonna introduce the schools. So we have 7 schools in Centennial College. So to start off, we have the School of Advancement. These are programs such as the English Learning Language Program, and we have pathway programs which are really intended for students to transfer to universities after a 1 or 2 year program at Centennial College. So you might see liberal arts transfer to University of Toronto, University of Kent, University of York. So we have our partner universities, and we get the students ready with most of the courses. So when they go to the university, they have the credits ready. And the business school, we have various business programs, different areas. And we have the School of Communications, Media, Arts, and Design. This is where you find the media related, the arts related, communications related programs. And we also have the School of Community and Health Studies. So in this school, you'll find massage therapy, personal support worker. What else? We also have the social development, community development worker, and many other programs. Then we have our very well-known School of Engineering, Technology, and Applied Science. We have all kinds of technology, engineering-related programs. I'll be showing you more of the programs later on. We have the School of Hospitality, Tourism, and Culinary Arts. In the slide, you're actually seeing the building for School of Hospitality. So this was actually built in 2017. It's a very new, modern building that we have in our main campus. So this building actually has it's made of 8 floors, and on the first floor you will be able to see our labs, our culinary labs, baking labs, and we also have our own restaurant. It's called the Local Cafe and Restaurant. So this cafe and restaurant is run solely by our professors and students who would be working as assistants and would be making ready the foods and their baked goods. And from 2nd to 7th floor, we have the student residence. And on, 2nd to 7th floor. And on the 8th floor, on the very top of this building, we have one of the best event space, which is actually owned by Centennial College. So we have a lot of events, from weddings to graduation, all kinds of different events being hosted by Centennial College. We also have the outside events coming to host their events in the event center of Centennial College. Then we have the School of Transportation, so the automotive programs and the aviation programs. Right, and I'm sure Svetlana will be speaking about this later on. Centennial College is a designated Canadian learning institution with an approved COVID-19 readiness plan. And I'm just gonna leave it to Svetlana to talk about this later on. All right, so program highlights. Just please take a look at this slide for some of the programs that we offer for hospitality. We have the baking, culinary, food media, food tourism, hospitality, food beverage, hotel resort, special event planning, event management. So each program, we all have different credentials, different years. So you can definitely look it out in the website, in our website. All right, and so I heard from Michal and Bogdana that a lot of our students are interested in the School of Engineering, Technology, and Applied Science. So I was able to get some of the most popular programs offered in Centennial College, and these are some, just very few of the our engineering programs. So we have cybersecurity, aerospace, architectural, biotechnology, software engineering. we also very recently launched the Artificial Intelligence program for software engineering, the computer systems networking, mechanical engineering. We have both in design and industrial, automation and robotics technology, energy, environmental, game programming, which is also different from game arts that we have from the arts side. We also have the biomedical engineering. So the programs that I highlighted here are the programs that offer fast track options. So I'll be talking about that in a few moments. Yeah, so these are some of the programs offered from School of Engineering. And I just wanted to show you how our online classes are going on, because I'm sure everyone's worried about how will we do the labs, how will we do the hands-on activities. So for the virtual lab, we have the electromechanical.
Wait, could you please, someone, I don't know where the noise come from, could you please all mute? Thank you.
I'm so sorry about that. Just if you can give me 1 second, I'll just ask my kids to go out.
Days in the COVID-19, everyone are home.
I'm so sorry about that. They're just with me, so I'm trying to have them stay there as far as they can move. All right, sorry about that. Okay, so going back. So yeah, this is just an example of how the virtual lab is going on for electromechanical engineering technician. I don't really understand what this means, but I'm sure some of you may know what it is, just to give you a hint of how it works. And this is the virtual lab by Aerospace Manufacturing Engineering Technology. So for these kind of programs, definitely we're having a hybrid delivery, mode of delivery, but most of our courses are being held online. So just the lab courses would be dealt on campus as allowed by the public health. And another virtual lab by Aerospace Manufacturing. And I would also like to introduce one of our very well-known programs, especially during COVID, Health Informatics Technology. So this program will combine knowledge of software engineering and healthcare systems. In this advanced technology program, you'll learn to design, develop, and maintain the next generation of electronic health record applications and other exciting softwares, right? So there are a lot of students actually very interested to join this program, especially during this COVID times. Just to get some more information on this program. Right. Yeah, and engineering companies in a lot of sectors are using more technology to work remotely, and IT is one of the most adaptable for remote work. So IT professionals are needed to develop and maintain health systems and provide massive amounts of health data. Our health and informatics technology grads are actually in high demand, right? And going down to the next slide, under the umbrella of the School of Engineering Technology, this program will cover object-oriented software design, user-oriented interface design, the structure of healthcare information systems, telehealth, clinical workflow, and IT solutions, data security, privacy issues within healthcare systems. And these are some of the career options that we could consider after they graduate from this program. As well as some area of employment for graduates of healthcare informatics. And you look this slide. So Centennial's Wearable, Interactive, and Mobile Technology Access Center in Health, we call this the WIMTAC. is developing a novel portable ventilator to assist with respiratory care for COVID-19 patients. So they will be produced using 3D printers at Downsview campus and Progress campus. The ventilator will be able to connect wirelessly to a mobile device, enabling attendants to remotely monitor and control air oxygen flow to patients. So this is one of the research projects that our students of healthcare informatics are working on right now. And another program highlight for our business school. So you're seeing supply chain, global business. So all the, most of our business schools, we offer postgraduate programs as well as post-secondary programs. So these are, for postgraduate, it runs for 1 year, while the post-secondary runs for 2 years and 3 years for advanced diploma. And you're also seeing on the other side, the School of Communications, Media Arts and Design. So some of the popular programs, I've listed it here: public relations, game art and design, animation, digital, visual effects, journalism, television, product design and development. Right, and I'll be moving on. I'll be talking about some of our credentials, what certificates you can get after you complete our program. So for graduate certificate programs, it runs for 1 year. And these are actually popular to a lot of our students from different parts of the world, because most of our international applicants, they have a very good background, having a bachelor's degree, master's degree. Some of them, they have their doctoral degree. So they would like to improve their academic their profile, right? So they would actually look into more of the graduate certificate programs. Also because it has internships and field placements with prospective employers. The eligibility for designations from Canadian professional associations. Also because we have a lot of industry partners. And high quality Canadian credential, the credential that we give for this graduates is Ontario College Graduate Certificate. And there are 37 master's degree pathway for Centennial College's PG programs, the postgraduate programs. So this means that if the student wants to further pursue their studies for their master's degree, we do have 37 options for them to consider. Then we have the university degree or college diploma is as requirement for admittance. And the fast track program is another kind of program different to postgraduate. So this is cost effective, shorter, and very employment focused. So as I mentioned earlier, we have a lot of industry partners, and currently we also call them as program advisory committees. And currently we are partnering with 800 companies locally and internationally. So these companies actually help us launch new programs as well as courses. So they are the ones who demand what kind of skill set they look into when they're hiring a new graduate, right? So there is more hands-on than traditional research focused grad studies in university master or PhD degree programs. So applicants must be reviewed and approved by the program coordinator. But recently this has been updated, and we don't ask for program coordinator's approval anymore, as long as the student has a related bachelor's degree, or if the bachelor's is not complete, but the student has a work experience, we could combine that together to have the student admitted for the fast track program. So the benefits we can, for this program, we can obtain a Canadian work experience with a field placement or co-op, become job ready, and eligibility for 3-year Canadian postgraduate work permit, which Svetlana will be talking about later, and a high quality credential, which is Ontario College Advanced Diploma. So technically, for students who are taking fast track programs, they're actually taking the 2-year program, but reduced into 1 year because you have that the credential already from back home or wherever, right? So if you're taking the 3-year program, then you only have to take 2 years because the 1 year is already, you already transferred the credit towards that 1 year, right? That is why we say it's shorter. only have a very few degree programs. One of them is Bachelor of Information Technology, and the other one is Bachelor of Public Relations Management. So they're 4-year programs that offer you both the practical skills and as well as the theoretical background. All right. Yeah, so just a very brief comparison between post-secondary, fast track, and grad certificate programs. So for post-secondary programs, we have the applicants can apply after high school. Fast track programs, we ask for the degree or diploma to apply, or a combination of partial diploma and relevant work experience. And for grad certificate, we ask applicants to have a degree or diploma to apply. Right, so for the tuitions, you're looking about for diploma, certificate, it's almost the same, right? So it doesn't mean that if you're taking a fast track or a postgraduate, the tuition fees are higher. No, it really depends on the program and the materials, the lab. These are what really matters. So you're looking about 16 to 17,000 for 2 semesters. This is Canadian dollars. Right. But most of our programs, they range from 3 semesters, at least 2 for postgraduate, and 3 to 4, even up to 6 for diploma and advanced diploma. For English language learning, if the student has no IELTS or any English proficiency test score yet, they have the option to join our English language learning program, then further proceed to their major program. So for English language learning, there are actually 5 levels. And for 1 level, it's actually it runs for 1 semester. So you're looking at 2 semesters here, which means this is the amount for 2 levels. So it's for 1 level, you're looking at about 5,200. But during this COVID, because everything is online, we actually lowered the cost to 4,900 per semester, right? And the degree program, for 2 semesters, you're looking about $20,518 Canadian dollars, right? And so just a very quick breakdown of what fees you'll be seeing when you come into Canada. So approximate expenses for tuition and fees. So this is based on the 2 semester tuition, so $16,539. But to be honest, I'm sure you'll be looking at some higher costs because every year there is an increase, right? So let's say maximum 18,000, 17 to 18,000. Books and equipment, 1,200. But definitely during COVID, we're making use of ebooks, and our professors are providing a lot of resources as well. And for residents, this is actually based on our residents' costs. So for 1 semester, you're looking about $7,360, right? Yeah, and total expenses, you're looking about $25,090. For residents, if you're looking at staying in, let's say, house share, or how should I say, like, there are a lot of places wherein there is an owner and you can rent a room. In that case, you're looking about $800 per month. If you're planning to rent a condo apartment, I'm sure you'll be looking about $15,000 to $2,000. The prices are getting higher every year, so definitely the cost for accommodation is not low. And I heard that there are a lot of families coming with their children. So for children, the school costs are free if the parents are actually study permit, work permit holders. So guess there is no worry about your child education.
From a certain age, of course.
Yes, from a certain age, not university or college. You're looking at a kindergarten to high school.
Yeah.
Right? Yes, and I would like to show you some of the college pathways that we have. So we are currently in agreement with more than 1,900 pathways locally and internationally. So just for the Canadian pathways, we have 836. So pathway means for each program, we have different agreements with different universities, colleges, institutions. Students have the opportunity to further pursue their studies. They could go to university, take a bachelor's degree, master's, or not the doctoral, but they have the opportunity to extend their studies. We do have international pathways. Some of the countries we have are China, Egypt, Ireland, Israel, Italy, Jamaica, and many other countries. So you can definitely find these information in our website. If we have time, I can definitely go over our website and show you how you can navigate these information. Just to show you some of our pathway highlights. So for business administration, international business, our partner institution is Ryerson University. Students who complete this program could definitely pursue Bachelor of Commerce and Business Management. We also have Nipissing University, and for accounting, we have York University. So as I mentioned earlier, we have different pathways for different programs. So you can definitely check it out for the program that you're interested in. For software, we have Ryerson University and Trent University. For architectural technology, students have the opportunity to move on to McMaster University for further bachelor's degree. All right, so that's pretty much it for from my side. So I think I gave so much information within a very few amount of time. So I'm not sure if you were able to absorb it, but we have a lot of international students, successful international students. As you can see in this slide, we have 92% international student graduation rate. We're able to graduate from postgraduate programs. So yes, and you can just, if you're interested, please take a look at the screen for satisfactional rates. And this is our hospitality that I showed you earlier. Yeah, so if you have any questions, please feel free to write it in the chat box. And I think we can definitely go over it later on once Svetlana is over. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Minji. It was very, very interesting. It was very, yeah, there's a lot of information. And of course, anyone wants more further information could also contact us, and we can recommend on a program in Centennial College as well. Moving forward, Svetlana, we will be happy to hear some about the immigration policies, especially right now in the COVID-19 period.
So as we all know, there is a pandemic which affected not only Israel, it did affect Israel mainly and badly, but we are affected. And for example, in the area of Toronto, we are in quarantine until February 10th. We have to stay home. We cannot go outside. It's very similar to what's going on with you guys right now. So we are at the same boat. I want you to understand that it's really the temporary immigration was always one of the main motors of the immigration in general, and study permit is one of the most important ones. So students were always welcome in Canada, and they will be always welcome in Canada. It doesn't matter what happens. They might put some temporary measurements again, and they may change flights and cancel programs, but it's not going to stay forever. Canada won't be able to stand without students. So I would like to tell you guys about recent changes that happened in immigration policy, and to also tell you that we expect other changes to happen. Our Prime Minister just, I think it was yesterday or the day before, he told that new measurements will be made, and it might affect temporary residents. No one knows how, no one knows when, but it might happen. And as we saw in the past those are always temporary measurements. So don't be scared, don't panic. It will be resolved. It has to be resolved because Canada is interested in you guys not less than you are interested in Canada. So
there are also positive changes because of the COVID-19 as well.
So one of the most positive changes, which I can see as even one that we would never expect to see, is that Canada approved partial education online, and it still qualified the student for the postgraduate work permit. It was never ever a policy in Canada that online education will be approved. It had never happened before. And another thing, so the rule for postgraduate education, postgraduate work after education is that you can study online if the program allows that, but it cannot be more than half of your studies. So at least one half of your studies you have to complete in Canada. Okay. In order to right away, as soon as your study permit, for example, in this case, Centennial College, has to be in the approved DLIs, designated learning institutes. So there is a COVID readiness program which says that they actually go to every college and check if college is ready to accept students, safety reasons, if they have enough space to seat them in the class, if they can accommodate them, if something happens, can they provide them with online education, for some period of time, for example, as it happens right now in Toronto, right? And not every college was there. This list was created and getting updated every week from October. And of course, most of the colleges are now there, but one of our responsibilities before actually helping you choose what place is to check if it is in the list. So we need to know that if your study permit is approved, you have an opportunity to actually take your flight and come. Another thing that I wanted to talk about is the work permit for the spouse. So you all know, and this is I think one of the best parts of the study permit is it makes two candidates for immigration. It's not only the student who is a candidate potentially to to move forward the whole family, it's also a spouse. So the spouse will get open work permit as it was before. Nothing changed. The only change that happened is that if you applied right away and the spouse received work permit, you can fly together and you will get your work permit at the port of entry as it happened before. But if you did not apply for a spousal work permit, then you have to apply and it will be mailed to you when you're already in Canada. You will enter as visitor and then you'll get your work permit. So they implemented, policies for that as well. And another amazing thing that happened just last week, and I would never expect it to happen before, is that Canada realized that, our students were very, not only our, but international students were really affected. Some of them were not able to secure a job during the postgraduate work permit. Some were not able to work enough and the place had to close. So I think this may only happen in Canada and I'm very proud. So the government came and told us that everyone who completed education in Canada and received postgraduate work permit, which already expired or will expire soon, is eligible for additional postgraduate work permit for a year and a half. Just to let you know that postgraduate work permit is the only work permit you cannot extend by law. And here you go. They changed it. They changed. They care about people. It's country that cares about people. It's country that cares about future, and they understand that international students are, you are the future. They have to care about you. So I would also talk about biometric. It's still required. I know that you are not able to do it right now in Israel because of the closure. It's still
this is the biggest problem right now, and this delays the process. In general, the process for receiving the study permit takes only about 2 weeks, but what's delaying the decision right now is the biometrics.
Yeah. So we actually saw, we saw recently that study permits, even during COVID, were approved really, really fast. And we were surprised, but yeah, when biometric was available, it was not an issue. Right now, you have to know that the application will not be refused because you didn't have time to complete your biometric, but it will not be also approved until you complete it, right? They have no right to refuse because, you know, 90 days or 60 days or 30 days passed and you didn't do that. No, it's not gonna happen, but it will delay. Hopefully you will reopen soon and you will be able to do it before, and even during the corona, before the closure, our clients were able to schedule it within, you know, for the next couple of days, right? If not, you know, sometimes it next week, but usually in a day or two. So it was never a problem. What do you need to come to Canada once your study permit is approved? You need to have a quarantine plan, place to stay here in Canada. We always assist all of our clients with preparation of one. We send one to their college as well. They have to know where you're going to stay, what are your plans. And of course, from January 6th, 7th, you have also to do a coronavirus test at least 72 hours before your flight. I know there are no flights right now from Israel, but it's temporary too. Let me assure you, it's not going to happen forever. So don't stress about that. I believe we should also be positive and think about it's temporary. It's gonna end soon, right? So what else did I want to tell you guys? I would be more than happy to answer all of your questions. But in general, just wanted to tell you what is the study permit application process? How does it work? So first, you work with our with Bogdana and with Michal, who helps you to choose the correct place to study and the correct program to study. And then we, at the same time, we collect all the documents that's required for actual submission of the preparation of the application. We guide you in regards to what we need. We correct whatever doesn't look good in our eyes. It's a dialogue that goes in between. And then once we satisfy that the application is ready, we send it all to you, you check it, and we submit it on your behalf to the immigration. Once everything is approved, we're always in touch with all of our clients during the application process, after the application process, where I think one of the advantages that we give to our clients is that we are here for you. It's not just, you know, we are not really saying that, but it's some of our clients are already here and they can say that that's the way we work. We really care about every one of you. It's very important. Your success is it's our success. We do take it very personally, and yeah, in the future we are here we all understand that it's just first step in your immigration future, and we are here to further advise you. For example, your spouse found a job and he wants to do immigration. So before he accepts the job, he will call us and we'll tell him what to ask. You know, you cannot go to the employer and tell him, you know, we are his students, an open work permit. We are planning to stay here even before they start, right? It doesn't look nice. So, but there are some questions that you will be able to ask and to understand if this is something that can help you in the future, or it doesn't worth wasting your time on this employer because it won't give you, you know, whatever you're looking for. So this is where we are.
We are there for our clients for the entire way until they receive their permanent residence.
Yeah, we never say, okay, your consultations are over. Our clients is our clients. We never, you know, say, no, you can only call us once in 2 weeks or ask only one question. If it's unlimited, we are talking to our clients, we are here for you. So don't panic and don't be afraid. If you decided to do this step, do it.
Okay, I would just like to add that me and Bogdana provide the service of consulting and providing the information about the schools and the programs, and it's free of charge and there's no commitment. And even if you want to do the student visa alone and you don't want us to do it for you, that would be fine. So anyone wishing, you know, for more information and need some advice, you guys are welcome to contact us at any time. Happy to help. Okay, I think we can do the question and answer sessions right now.
Yes, and I will be moderator. And I was writing the question during the webinar, so I will just address each one of you to whom is the question. So I think we'll start with Minji because most of the questions are for you now.
Yes.
First of all, we have a student who is interested more in the professions related to automotive world. What programs are there?
So for the, I guess the School of Transportation, right?
Yeah.
All right. So if you don't mind, can I share another screen just so that
Sure.
let you know how to navigate?
I can't hear you well.
Is it better now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So if you go to our website, I don't know if you can see the screen right now. Can you?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. So it's centennialcollege.ca. And if you, this is the first page you'll see. And on the right side, you're seeing the C programs. As I said, we have more than 200 full-time programs. There are some programs, very few programs, which are not offered to international students because of some licensing issues, such as practical nursing. However, we are accepting, we just recently decided to accept like occupational therapists, these kind of programs, but definitely you can inquire through Bogdana or Michal. So looking, if you scroll down and see programs, you'll be able to see programs by areas, right? By the fields. And here you'll be able to choose automotive and motorcycle. Right? So
And
we
you
have
also got heavy duty and truck and heavy duty.
You have both, yeah. So you have automotive and heavy duty. Right? So you could find all the programs here. Yeah. So as you can see, like these Honda, General Motors, these are not offered to international students, unfortunately. But you can definitely look into these kind of motive power technician, which is one of the well-known programs from this school. The auto repair technician, repair techniques. And if you go to heavy duty, there are more programs available. Right? So motive power. So the way to determine if it's open to international or only for domestics, let's look at this one. You can click on the program and you'll see all kind of details related to this program. So you'll see the credential is Ontario College Diploma. This is what you get after you graduate. It's a post-secondary.
By the way, which qualifies the applicant to qualify afterward to the federal skilled trades immigration pathway.
Yeah, and the program length is 2 years, 4 semesters, and it only starts in fall. So for automotive programs, if you're planning to join them, it's better you plan in advance, talk to Bogdana in advance, because it's only offered in fall. It doesn't have a winter semester. Right? And you could see domestic availability and international availability. So if you see international availability is, let's say, unavailable, that's not offered to international students. Yeah. But this one is offered to international students. Yeah. And so, like I said, we have a lot of pathway options after you complete the program. So if you go on to the left tabs, you'll see program overview. You also see the program outline. So from semester 1 throughout semester 4, you'll be able to find which courses you'll be taking. So it's very much in details. Read more and you'll see semester 2, 3, 4. Right? And we have the career options and academic pathways. Right. So for this program, it doesn't really have a lot of agreements, but we do have like maybe eligible to participate in pathway programs for Algoma University, Wilfrid Laurier University, Laurentian University. Right. We'll have more information when it comes to business programs or engineering programs, mostly because these programs are really skill-based. The students really go right out to the workforce after graduating from this program, right? You'll see the admissions requirements. Bogdana and Michal will definitely guide you through this. And you also have the co-op option for this program. So you seek the co-op requirements and the co-op model route. So this is how it will look like. So if you start in fall, you'll take semester 1, 2, then co-op, then 3, 4. For engineering programs, you'll see like 3 terms for co-op. So it wouldn't just be for one. Yeah. The nature of the program, it really runs, the courses are really in labs. So it only has one co-op work term.
And the co-op is very important because this way you get like some Canadian experience. It makes it easier after completing the studies to enter the workforce in this field.
Sure.
Yeah, and regarding the diploma and advanced diploma program, what is the difference between them? What is better?
Ultimately, you'll be getting the Ontario College diploma for 2 years, 4 semesters, or so it's just the duration. So college diploma, just the diploma itself, it runs for 2 years. If it's an advanced diploma, it would run for 3 years. So
does it give any privilege in terms of further work experience or I don't know, job offer or immigration opportunities?
Definitely, yes. So for the 2 years program, if you compare the 2 and 3 year, let's say for example, software engineering, we have the technician program for the 2 years and technology program for the 3 years. So the first 4 semesters would be technically the same. Well, it may have some other courses once in a while, but it would be very much similar to each other. However, the 3-year program would have extra 5 and 6 semesters, which would dig deeper to the expertise. So they would study more on in-depth studies for that program. So when they apply for jobs, the position would be different. So technician is, if you're graduated from a 2-year program, you're looking at a technician. If you're graduating from a 3-year program, you're looking at the technology position. So according to our graduates, they said it's really different. But yeah, students can pursue the 2-year program. And if they think that they need further to advance their program to 3-year, they can definitely come back to Centennial to complete the 2 semesters and get an advanced diploma.
I want to clarify this like in the Israeli education terms. So in Israel, we have Betechnai, Yud Gimel. Okay, that's like the 13-year of secondary education. So you get the technician certificate, and we have the Handesai, so which is a 2-year diploma certificate, which is technologist. Okay, that's comparing to the Israeli education system. Okay, Bogdana, do you want to move on to the next question? You're on mute.
Sorry, thank you. Yeah, the other question is, when talking about length of the program again, you were telling about the transfer to the university bachelor program after the 3-year advanced diploma program. Which year do we transfer to? After 3-year advanced diploma program, do we transfer to the 4th year of the bachelor degree or to the 3rd year of the bachelor degree?
So this would really depend on the articulation agreement between that university or institution and us. So per program, like it can be international business, if they could transfer to this A university and go right into, after completing 4 semesters, go right into the 3rd year of that university. On the other hand, there are some agreements wherein we would get some credits, but not the entire 2 years. So it would really depend on the program and the university. But we have success advisors or experts on the program who can guide the students if they have these kind of plans, and they'll be able to help them how to prepare. And yeah, definitely from the university side as well, they would have someone to help them out because we're partners.
Okay.
Just wanted to give the good news before everyone starts leaving, right? So I just confirmed with my associate director today that I could promote this to you during this event. So we are offering loyalty scholarships to our students, to our international students. So this means that students who complete their first program and proceed to the second program, we would be giving a 1,500 Canadian dollars to a scholarship for the student. So the best option for the students to do is to take a one-year program, grad certificate, and to take another grad certificate or diploma or whatever you'd like to. As long as you finish one program, 1 year, 2 year, doesn't matter.
And you will still get the 3-year postgraduate work
you will
permit.
still get, yeah, you will still get it because it's back to back, right? So, and you will still be able to get that scholarship. And plus, if during your second program, you maintain a GPA 3.3 higher, we give an extra 1,500 scholarship towards the student.
Very good.
And the additional good news was that before, we did not give loyalty scholarship to students who would take the English program in our college, then move on to the main program. It's very fresh that our director approved that students who take the English program in our college are also eligible to get the scholarship if they move on to a major program in our college.
Excellent.
Yes. So
thank you. You answered one of my questions in advance. And
yeah, did I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So,
we came to my other question regarding the language program. That's what I wanted to ask. If the student doesn't have IELTS or TOEFL or Duolingo, whatever necessary to start the program, and if the student is already in Canada, for example, if the quarantine is over, or if the student would like to start the program online, and after passing the Centennial test, his result proved to be enough for the direct entry to the program. What to do in this case? And if he's already paid, for example, for the semester, received his visa, can the money then be transferred towards the semester fee, or does he still have to pass this English program even if he doesn't need it?
oh no, yeah, the student can definitely prepare for the English test while taking the English program. So let's say you started for winter ELL, and then within 1 week you got a Duolingo of 125, and that if that makes you eligible for the program, you can stop the program. But there are deadlines. There are certain deadlines that you cannot pass in order to get a refund. So I'm giving an example within like the 10 days time frame from the start of the semester, right? So we allow students to get a refund within the 10 days frame. But if you go past that, you have to complete the semester, but you can stop from there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understood. And my questions were more about if we are applying for the program, we are applying well in advance to receive visa in time, to do everything in time. And in fact, Israeli students, I love them for this fact because they apply really very early. They do not come in August and say like, I would like to study in September.
Oh, that's great. Thank
no,
you.
they are really good students. Perfect. So, and if you are, for example, taking the ELL program from May, and with the idea to start the main program in September, and then we pass the internal test upon arrival or in March, and we understand that we have enough English level and the program has not started yet, so we can just move these funds towards the main academic program, right?
Yeah, definitely. As long that English results would last for 2 years, but during this COVID, we just accept this test. Not for IELTS. If it's past 2 years, we cannot accept it. But if let's say, for example, the student took the test, our admissions test, and they had to defer, or they came too early, it's still fine. They are still granted the admissions.
Mm-hmm.
Am I answering the right question? Or,
yeah. In fact, yeah.
All right.
And another one regarding the online program, we have a question. Is it possible to start online without being in Canada? And there are two variants: with visa, when the student has already received his study permit or approval from the embassy, and the other way if the student hasn't received his study permit yet.
It would really depend on the program. If the program is offered online, then the student can start as soon as the student made an application. So remember, if the student applies for the study permit, there is a confirmation of submission letter.
Mm-hmm.
Once they have that, they could join the program, even if they're back in Israel, right?
Mm-hmm.
But for hybrid programs, which really requires a student to be on campus, like personal support worker or pharmacy technician, aerospace, these kind of programs, they have to have that approval in order, of course, in order to come to Canada. And there is, like, I'm sure you saw it, Bogdana, we have this clause in the offer letter that students have to arrive before this date in order to complete the quarantine, the 14-day
Mm-hmm.
quarantine, and join their first day of class.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So as long as the program is offered online for that semester, and they have applied for that study permit, they're fine. And I understand, Svetlana, that they would count this time towards their PGWP eligibility if they applied before the start date.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
There was one question here that was directed directly to me. I will forward it to Svetlana for a reply. What is the minimum amount of money to deposit in bank account? I guess what they wanted to ask, what is the proof of funds we would need in order to submit?
There is actually a requirement for the minimum funds that you have to show in order to be approved by immigration. It's very simple. You have to be able to cover your education plus 10,000 for main applicant, plus 4,000 for the spouse, and 3,000 for each child.
But, you know, in order to get approved, it's better not to be exactly on the limit they are asking. It's better to provide as much as you can.
The more the better.
The more the better.
And another thing, you have to show bank statements for the past 4 months at least.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be in bank. It can be in your deposit account. It can be in Kranot Gimel, whatever. But
and by the way, if your bank statements have like surprises, like just in the last 1 week you received 100K into your account, this may raise up some questions. So it's better, you know, to keep like a good balanced account and submit that rather than provide a statement with all kind of surprises.
definitely.
Yeah, and about this, I wanted to ask also Svetlana, if you move to Svetlana for a while, what are the main required documents for the study permit?
So there is actually a list of the documents that are required. Of course, one of them is proof of funds. You have to have a passport and show all the stamps if you ever traveled anywhere, and especially if you ever came to Canada before. You have to. There are some documents that you will easily find it online in the checklist when you submit the application, but there are some things that are not there in purpose. They tried, you know, they want to get information from the client and find, you know, for example, family ties. What ties you? What can prove that after you complete your education, you're going to get back to your home, right? Because it's a temporary. This is immigration. It's a temporary immigration. You have to be able to prove that you have plans, you have family, you have estates, whatever, in your home, and you will be able to travel back if needed, right? So of course it's passport, digital photos. You have to provide information pertaining your education background, your employment in the past 10 years. If you ever change your names, you have to prove it documentary. You have to show documents proving that, you know, whatever change happened to your identity before. If you have ever been refused any entry to any country, you have to disclose this information, and don't think that, you know, it's your first time and then won't know that. Actually, most of the documents are required online. The way we work, we're trying, we know the way what they can find to refuse the application, and ahead of time, we just submit all the documents so that don't have this opportunity. We just take this opportunity from the immigration officer. Most of them related to family ties, to country ties, and how can you prove that you're actually going to go home after you complete.
Another thing that I want to point out is issue of misrepresentation. You should really pay attention about the information you provide, beginning with your electronic ETA and your application, because take in consideration that now you're only applying for a student visa, but eventually you would want to apply for permanent residency. And you need to be, you know, everything needs to correspond together, like the application for the ETA, the application for the student permit, and afterwards the permanent residency. So pay attention to the information you provide. It's better to get all the information.
And another tip, doesn't matter who are you working with, if you are not doing that alone, it's your right to see your application prior to submission. We saw different files, different submissions of files that the client was not even aware what was in there. So this is not option for you guys. You have to understand it's your right to see all of the documents submitted to immigration. It's your future. Yeah. You have to know what is written there.
Always ask for a copy of your application and the documents you are submitting. Always.
Okay, one more question. I'm not sure whether Svetlana can answer it or whether anyone can answer it at the moment. Is being vaccinated to COVID-19 changes the game?
At this moment,
we don't know yet.
It does not.
Probably there's going to be some kind of update regarding this in the new couple.
Yeah, if it happens, we will know about that and we'll post about that.
Yeah. Regarding the programs, project management and marketing research analytics programs, which the students would like to know some more information. I don't know whether the website Minji showed how to do it, how to read the information on it, whether this information is still relevant. Could you please switch on your microphone and let us know if you still need this information? And what exactly you would like to know?
Yes, about the optional. It's what's the minimum requirements?
The English proficiency, the English requirement. את רוצה לשאול את השאלה בעברית?
אני יכולה, כן. יש לי ילץ, מבחן ילץ, שהוא הממוצע 6.
איזה סוג מבחן? רגע, איזה סוג מבחן איילץ יש?
זהו, יש לי general.
General training זה לא, זה גם ככה, אי אפשר להגיש עם זה בקשה להתקבל ללימודים.
כי לדעתי יש איזה כמה מכללות שכן.
לא, יש או את האיילץ האקדמי, או IELTS Indicator. IELTS Indicator זה מבחן שאפשר לעשות אותו אונליין, וחלק גדול מהמכללות אכן מקבלות אותו. חוץ מהמבחן הזה יש גם את הדואלינגו, שהוא מבחן יחסית קל, והרבה מאוד מכללות מקבלות אותו, ויש גם את הטופל Home Edition, שזה גם מבחן שאפשר לעשות אותו אונליין. אז ברגע שתבחרי תוכנית לימודים, אנחנו נוכל להגיד לך איזה מבחן את צריכה לעשות, ומה יהיה לך הכי כדאי לעשות, מבחינת הקלות, אוקיי? את מוזמנת...
אני יודעת שיש מכללות פשוט שיש בהם איזה קורס, ואז כאילו...
כמעט בכולם. כמעט בכולם יש אפשרות לעשות מכינה, יש מכינות פרטיות, יש מכינות של המכללות ומוסדות הלימוד. תראי, אני ממליצה לך במקרה הזה באמת לפנות אלינו, אנחנו נבין קודם כל מה תחום העניין שלך, איפה את רוצה להגיע, מה הרמה שלך, ולפי זה נוכל להתאים לך בדיוק את התוכנית הלימוד המתאימה, ואם צריך מכינה, אז גם מכינה מתאימה.
לא, אני אשמח שהבחורה מהמכללה, שאם היא תוכל לענות
רגע, את פתאום על השטק?
כן, אני אומרת, אני רוצה לשמוע מהבחורה הזאת מהמכללה, לגבי המבחן של אם זה באמת תקף הג'נרל.
Okay, Minji, this person, Zarina is asking if the Centennial College, do they accept the IELTS general training?
Oh, no, not the general training. We do accept the IELTS academic and the IELTS indicator.
Okay, and I need to do some course or how it goes?
ESL program or university pathway.
Yeah.
Minji, she is asking if she doesn't have the language proficiency requirements. Can she do an ESL program or university pathway program?
Yes, so the ESL program is actually the ELL program. You could definitely take that. You would, if you apply for that program, you would be asked to take a level test to determine which level you'll be placed in. And from there, we could determine when you can join the major program.
Okay, thank you.
No worries.
Okay, and I think that's it regarding the, yes, and the last question is how the tuition is paid. I don't know, Minji, whether you can answer this question, but I can definitely answer. So the international student mostly pays through the Flywire. Flywire is a third-party system, and it is relevant for all the Canadian and many international colleges nowadays. Though the company, I think their head office is situated in Spain, but it's operating many international processing fee. And it is more convenient to pay with a bank transfer because it is possible to pay through this system with the help of the card, but they charge the interest, and the interest is pretty high, as far as I remember, 3.5% from the amount. So it is better to pay to generate the how to say, the requisites through this system Flywire to go to the bank and to pay for the education. That's it.
All right.
One small point to add to the tuition fee, that in order to get the final acceptance letter from the college, you first have to pay partial tuition fee. Usually it's one.
Yeah. Are there any further questions? Anything anyone else wants to ask? I guess not. Oh,
yes, yes, I do have a question.
Hello, Arlette.
Hi. If we have in front of the immigration, we are asked about, טוב, אני פשוט אשאל את זה בעברית, סליחה. לא, אני אומרת, במידה ושואלים אותנו לגבי PR, אנחנו כאילו אומרים, אנחנו כרגע מתעסקים רק בלימודים, לימודים זה מה שחשוב לנו, אנחנו לא מראים בעצם התעניינות ב-PR, עד שאנחנו לא מגיעים לשלב הזה. בעצם כשאנחנו מגיעים, בין אם זה בשדה תעופה ומול השגרירויות שם.
הנה, סבטלנה יקרה תענה לנו פה על זה.
So yeah, usually, first of all, they won't ask you about PR. It's not something that they will ask. The only thing they can ask is what are your family ties? How can you prove that you're going back to your home country? But there is something very important in the immigration law that you have to know. There is the thing that is called dual intent. You can have two intents at the same time. You can have intent to come temporary and stay forever. So this is, I think this answers the question.
Yeah, but still in the application, it's always better to show strong ties to your country, because the immigration officer can say that he's not convinced that you're coming for the purpose of education. Okay? I think
יש לי שאלה.
כן, אביגיל?
קוראים לי שני, פשוט זה הטאבלט של הבת שלי,
היי
אביגיל.
שני, מה שלומך?
בסדר, דיברנו כמה פעמים. רציתי רק לשאול אם אני לוקחת מתחילה את התוכנית של לימודי האנגלית כדי לקבל לפני המיין פרוגרם, אז הבן זוג שלי לא יכול לעבוד בזמן הזה?
לא. לא.
לא? אוקיי. בסדר, תודה.
הבן זוג מקבל אשרת עבודה אך ורק לאחר שאת מתחילה את התוכנית העיקרית של הלימודים. אבל חשוב לציין שבעקבות המצב של היום, הוא כן, בגלל שאם יהיה לך study permit של לימודים של אנגלית, כן יאפשרו לו לבוא ולהישאר איתך כוויזיטור בקנדה, עד שתסיימי את החלק הזה של לימודים.
אוקיי. בסדר גמור, תודה.
שאלות נוספות? Any more questions? Minji, we apologize. We're partially speaking Hebrew.
Oh, no, I'm amazed.
Also,
No, so this is Hebrew, right?
yeah, this is Hebrew.
Minji, you are not alone. I also do not understand the words.
Oh, Bogdana, for some reasons, I thought you understand.
Okay, guys, well, this was fun. Everyone that sent me a message through the webinar, email, WhatsApp, I will get back to you guys on Sunday. I'm heading out for the weekend. But it was really, really nice seeing everyone. Thank you very much, Minji, Svetlana, Bogdana, and everyone that joined us today. You guys are all welcome to contact us directly if you guys have any further questions. If you want to get some consultation, any of us will be happy to provide you more information. So wishing you a warm weekend, and that's it. Thank you all.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.